Chasidic gems on Parshat Chayei. The pasuk says that Eliezer went looking for a shidduch for Rivka. He didn't know who Rivka was at that moment, and he made a certain test. V'hoyo hanara asher omer eleho, the maiden that I will say to her, Hatino kadech, tilt me your pitcher, ve'eshte, and I will drink, v'omra, and she will say, and he's asking her to fill her kad, her where she keeps the water, and I will drink. And if she will say also, she say, drink, v'gam gamalecha ashke, drink, and also your camels will I give water to. If a woman will come up and say that, Oisa heichachta la'avdecha liYitzchak, that's the one that's going to be for your servant, for Yitzchak. She's ru'uya. She is capable of being the wife of Yitzchak Avinu. That's the simple. The Chasidic Shetoylach is saying, Rav HaKodesh Reb Yaakov Me'ishpitza says, why did he have to ask her to give me to drink? Why didn't he just stand there and let her offer the drink on her own? Then she's a bigger balas chesed. He's not saying anything, and she's bringing him to drink for himself and also for the camels. That's the question. He could have sought out a more virtuous woman. Comes to that. That's the simple. The Chasidic Shetoylach is saying that from here we learn Hoiro'o L'Doiros. We learn a teaching forever, for all time, that if you want something, you gotta ask for it. If you want, if I, Eliezer, want her to give me to drink, I have to ask for it. I have to ask for it, and I have to be mispal for it, but you can't just stand there and wait for somebody to do chesed to you. Hoiro l'doiros. Rav HaKodesh Me'ishbitza. Continuing with Chasidic gems on Parshat Chayei. So the women came, the maidens came to get the water, and all of a sudden, Vayoretz ha'eved lekrosa, Eliezer came running toward her. And that's the simple. And the question is, how did he know that's her? Comes along Rav HaKodesh Reb Yisrael Mimudgetz, and he says that Vayoretz ha'eved lekrosa, because shero'o she'olu hamayim lekrosa. He saw that when she went down to the waters rose toward her. That's the simple. And the question is, after the waters rose toward her, he went back again to continue with his test that he made. If if this woman will say to me, drink, and I'll also give the drink to your camels, why did he go back? The question is, why did he go back to do this test? He saw already in Esmin Hashemayim that she walked to the waters, she walked to the Be'er to get the waters for her cod, and why did he have to go back to that test for? He saw already in Esmin Hashemayim that the waters rose toward her. That's the simple. Rav HaKodesh Rabbi Yisrael Mimodje says that Shleimus, the perfect woman, is tested with her midos and not with miracles that were performed for her. To know whether she is the Rivka that's Parshat for Yitzchak Avinu, he has to go resort back to his test again. The fact that waters rose toward her was a ness, but a shidduch has to be not performed with nisim. It has to be, you have to see midas toivos, and that's the way you determine the right shidduch. So he had to go back and do again everything, because it was only a miracle that he saw, and you can't really detect the woman's midas because a miracle was done for her. Gewaldig. Continuing with Chasidic gems on Parshat Chayei. So the pasuk says, Eliezer kept asking, what happens? Ulai, maybe the woman will not, even if I find the woman, she wouldn't want to go back. She wouldn't want to go and leave her family. Ulai, perhaps, what'll be? That's the simple. Because the pasuk in pasuk Hey, it says the word Ulai, Aleph Vav Lamed Yud. But here in Bereshis Chav Daled pasuk Lamed Tes, it's written Ulai without the Vav, which Chazal interpret to mean Eli. Here Eliezer was hoping that his daughter would be for Yitzchak. Eli. Bas hoyeloi Eliezer, Rashi. Eliezer had a daughter, V'hoyam machsa limtzai ilo. He was trying to find some excuse that Avram should say to him, I'd like your daughter to be the wife of Yitzchak. Eli ksiv. That's the simple. In other words, he was hoping that Avram Avinu would approach him and say, listen, your daughter should be fine for Yitzchak. He was hoping that would come to be. But Avram Avinu said no. She can't marry a Canaanite. But what we can learn from this is the power of a person controlling his bias, his nagias. Because even though Eliezer had a nagia, he had a bias, he wanted so much that his daughter should be the wife of Yitzchak, and he was saying Eli, according to Chazal, he was saying Eli, I'm available, my daughter's available, Eli, let her come to me, instead of Ulai, like it says in Pasuk Hey. We see from here a great thing about Eliezer, that he, despite the fact that he wanted so much that his daughter should be the wife of Yitzchak, but he was such a Neman, he was such a trustworthy servant, that despite the fact that he had a Nagia, he had a bias, he davened to Hashem that he should be successful in getting a Rivka to be the wife of Yitzchak. Despite the fact that he had that Nagia, that he so much wanted his daughter to be the wife of Yitzchak, but he worked with Nemonos to see that that he should be Matzliach and do what Avram Avinu wanted. With Nagias, he was able to overcome his Nagias. Tremendous greatness of Eliezer. One more Chasidic gem, that the Pasuk in Bereshis Chav Dalet, Pasuk Mem Dalet, as he tells over the story about his initial meeting with Rivka, here he calls her V'hoya Alma. Doesn't call her the maiden. He calls her Alma. It's a fancy name, a different kind of a name, which also refers to this woman, to Rivka. That's the simple. The Chasidic Torah are telling us, what did he mean by that? Why is he using such a strange word, calling her an Alma, Ayin Lamed Mem Hey, when he could have called her Nara, like he's been calling her till now? He's talking about Rivka being an Alma. That's the simple. Comes along Horav HaKodesh Midej Zeichet Tzaddik Levrocha, and he tells us that Alma is telling us another thing. It's telling us where she got her strength from. How did she become the Rivka that she was? Because all her power was, all her tzidkis was ne'alemes u'mechusa. It was hidden. She was hidden. She wasn't advertising herself. All the tzidkis that she did and all the righteousness, she kept it covered. Nobody should see it, and that was why the pasuk used Alma, telling us not only about the story about this Nara, but it's telling us how she became the great Rivka that she was. We should be zeicher to all these incredible hashkafas haTorah. Amen v'yamen.